Good day, grade 8s. I hope you're all still doing well. So today we're going to continue with the cash payments journal. You have been doing the cash receipts journal for the past few weeks, but now we're going to do the opposite of that. When we pay money, we're going to have to write it up in our cash payments journal. So whenever we pay a business or a client, we write the check out to them and we keep the check counterfoil to ourselves, and we're going to use that to write it up in the cash payments journal. You'll see it looks very similar to the cash receipts journal. You'll see the document column, the day column, the name of pay, the bank column. Remember, we're always going to pay out of our bank column in the cash payments journal or when we write out a check. Then you'll have the different columns for the different accounts for what we pay the check for, and then the sundry accounts for those expenses or assets that is not named over in your columns. Okay, so turn to page 26 in your white textbook and let's start with the cash payments journal there, exercise number 5. So on August the 1st, they tell us we bought stationery from Right Shop and paid by check number 1870. Just excuse this shadow over here, sorry. And then we'll see it's check number 1, so in document number 1, the day is the 1st. Who did we write the check out to? We wrote it out to Right Shop. It was a total of 1870 out of our bank column. Remember, we will always pay with our bank when we write out the check. And what was it for? It was for stationery. So we go to the stationery column and we write it in there, 1870. Then on the 5th, we bought a vehicle from Duplessis Motors and paid by check, 100,000. So then, sorry gents, I'm just going to fix this. This shadow is not nice. Okay, gents, I think that's a bit better. So on the 5th, we bought a vehicle from Duplessis Motors and paid by check, 100,000. So they don't tell us specifically what the check number is, but we just continue from the previous one. So it's number 2, was on the 5th. To whom did we pay it? We paid it to Duplessis Motors. It was 100,000 out of our bank column. And what was it for? It was for a vehicle. So in the sundry accounts, we're going to write 100,000. Why over here? Because there's no column for vehicles. And then we write it over there, vehicles. Okay. Then on the 6th, they tell us we paid Proplex property by check for rent for the month, 8,000. So we just continue with the document number 3. It was on the 6th. It was for Proplex properties. Excuse the noise in the background if you can hear it. It's 8,000 Rand, and what was it for? It was for rent. Now we don't have a column for rent, so we're going to write it in the sundry accounts, 8,000, and it was for rent expense. Remember to write expense because we can also get a rent income, so don't just write rent. Okay, then on the 7th they tell us we cashed a check to pay the wages for the week, 1920. So we just continue with our document number, it's number 4, it was on the 7th. But now, when we pay wages, we pay it to a lot of different workers for the business, and it also happens quite often on a weekly basis. So we're not going to write out the name of every worker we have that we pay wages to. We're just going to write cash when we pay wages, and that is an amount of 1920, and then you'll see we have a wages column 1920. Then on the 10th you'll see we have bought one desk, 4,450, and 2 office chairs for 1,599 each, and paid Tafelberg Furnitures by check. So we continue with the document number 5. It was on the 10th. It was for Tafelberg Furnitures. And now we have to go and get the total to write it up in the bank column. So we add the 4450 to the 1599, and there was 2 of them, so another 1599, and that gives us a total of 7648. So in the bank column, 7648, and then it was for a desk and 2 office chairs, so that will be equipment for the business. It's an asset, 7648. Remember, desks and chairs and computers and machines, all of those are equipment for the business. Then on the 12th, we issued a check to Duplessis Motors for repairs to the vehicle 3878. So we continue with our document number 6, the 12th, to Duplessis Motors. It was a total of 3878. What was it for? It was to repair our vehicle. So we didn't buy a new vehicle, so we're not going to write vehicles. We're going to add an expense. It's an expense because we're not getting a new vehicle, we're just repairing our old vehicle. So it's going to be an expense, and we're going to call it repairs. Sorry, gents, somebody just interrupted me. I'm going to do the second part of this exercise in a second video. Otherwise, this one video is going to be too long. So you can watch it in two different parts whenever you like. So I'm going to do it in a second video as well. Thank you.